Hello to all you Sagittarians. This is your monthly horoscope for July 2019, and it's a very intense month for all of us, but especially for the Sagittarians. Let's have a look. And of course, before I even start, I always want to say you are the captain of your ship, but you're a Sagittarian. You know that, don't you? And when things don't resonate, the things that I'm saying, say to Veerle, and if it resonates, fine. So because these are general horoscopes, so mind that. If you really want to know what's going on, just ask an astrologer. Anyways, what's happening? Eclipses. A little bit of details here. Now, July the 2nd, we will have the moon and the sun together opposing Saturn and Pluto. And then on July the 16th, we will have Venus, the sun, North Node, all opposing Pluto and Saturn and the moon. In the South Node. So this is all pretty intense stuff. What is this all about? It's actually all about, especially this Venus opposite Pluto, Venus and the moon conjunct Pluto. This is about intense desire. And if you want to know more, for those of you who are interested in astrology and you want to know more a little bit about eclipses, and this eclipse belongs to a certain family of eclipses, which is called the Saros family, and this one belongs to eclipse family North 3. So here you have a book of Bernadette Brady that I highly recommend if you want to know more about this stuff. That as an aside, but back to the helicopter view that the Sagittarians love to have. So this is about desires. Okay, is that wrong? No, it is what it is. I mean, okay, some Buddhists might say, yes, desires is wrong and we have to suppress them or whatever it is. I'm not an advocate of that. Desires are what they are. But the thing is, with this energy, it can be a bit compulsive. You know, we all have them every now and then, that we have some desire and it's stronger than ourselves. Now, this is a very Venus-Plutonian kind of team here going on. And the trick is of not suppressing that desire. Because when you do that, I'll talk in a minute in what level it is for you. But if you do suppress that desire, it pops up somewhere else that we don't want to have it. So it's best to either express it or in better words, if it's not possible to express it, to transform it. And there's a very good help here that we have with Neptune, because Neptune is trining the eclipse, the one of the 16th. It's trining the eclipse energy, which means that there's a way out. We can transform this. So for you, on a main thing, it's very psychological, it's very deep for the Sagittarians, because it's happening, yes, on a plain level, it's financial situations, because it's happening in your 8th house and the 2nd house. But I think for lots of you, it's on a deeper level. It's on a level of emotions. It's on a level of trust issues that might come up. And it's on a level of true connection, which is what you will be longing for with Venus conjunct the North Node in your 8th house, because that's a bit of a scorpionic kind of Venus there, especially with the opposition to Pluto. So how to handle this? Well, first of all, on a financial level, this could mean that there is money coming your way, but through 8th house stuff. Again, don't scare yourself, oh, someone is gonna die, and be careful with this. These are general horoscopes. All right. So, but this is a possibility that there could be money coming your way from someone else. And that the opposition that you're having is to let go of a certain thing or person that you valued very strongly. But that is only in very little cases. Why? Because this is a very strong event, of course, and you have to see that on different things in your horoscope that are going on there. So, but for most people of you, I suspect, for the biggest percentage, this is going to be something that the longing for intimacy, the longing for connection with people, the longing for getting value from other people, the longing maybe on a very mundane level to get a present. And that is in contradiction of your own values and of what you value at the very moment. So it's like you have a new desire, but then you have to let go of another one that is very old and that is outworn, and that contradiction going on there. So what do? First of all, you don't suppress it. On a relationship level, it could be, 8 houses secrets. It could be, that there is a secret attraction there going on, and you don't really know what to do, when you're single, okay. But even then, the person might not be single that you have an eye for. And that can give that tension, the strong longing that you have, but at the same time, it's not possible, or it would go against your own values. For instance, if you want to be the second best of someone, or whatever it is, there is this contradiction going on. So ask yourself: is your desire, does it have integrity or not? If it has integrity, you can go for it. But if it doesn't have the integrity, you will need to transform it. And that's what I mean by not suppressing it, but expressing it in another way. And in what kind of way? Where Neptune is. Because this eclipse is trined by Neptune. And that means that Neptune gives you the outcome to express that energy in a different way. And that's the 4th house. So what is 4th house? It's being at home. It's your family. It's if you put your focus, in other words, if you're having this stress, you maybe have a temptation there going on, and it's tension, and it's compulsive. All the stuff that we're saying here. It's a bit obsessive even. Slow down. Go back to your roots. Go back to family. Go back to where you feel at home, literally your home, or with people that are very family related, and that give you a little bit of peace there. And whilst you're doing that, it's not going to solve your problem, but it's going to give your focus a different focus, and you can connect there on a very deep level, because that's ultimately the underlying desire. You can have an expectation, but if that you want to be with someone, but if that expectation is not possible, you go and look to the deeper desire that's beneath that expectation, which could be connecting with people. And I know this is, of course, some kind of a maneuver of transforming this, but it's the only way to express it. And that maneuver could be by you providing yourself emotional warmth, by you parroting yourself a little bit, like you taking care of yourself, you having a bath, having a nice meal for yourself, or for your family if you do have family. So these things can happen. It won't solve your problem. It's about acceptance. It's about accepting your desire, because desires are in itself not bad. It's what we do with it. So very deep stuff for Sagittarians. And I know most Sagittarians do like that, because when you are a Sagittarius, a lot of you Sagittarians have a lot of planets in Scorpio as well, like your Venus or your Mercury, because these are planets that go very together with each other in a very good manner, and with many people who are Sagittarians. So you will like the in-depth there. Now on another level, if this isn't enough already, you've got Mercury going retrograde on the 8th of July. And it's going retrograde in Leo, and also backwards in that same 8th house of intimacy and so forth. So a lot of transformation is going on for you. A lot of things that have to do with your trust issues can come up, but it's time to deal with it. So in another example, another scenario here could be fear of rejection. Venus opposite Pluto, Venus in the 8th house. If that is the case, if it is a fear of rejection, of course, is very normal. But if we don't go through that fear, we don't get love and intimacy. So it's about exposing yourself in a vulnerable place or in a vulnerable way, but with the knowing, there's no guarantee there. There's no guarantee that that person will stay for you. But again, if that is the case, if you just met someone and you have a fear of that intimacy, I would say go for it. Go for it. Because and at the end it's the experience, and at the end it's also strengthening. It can strengthen you, because let's say worst case scenario, that person, it didn't work out, so what? You still exist, you still are there, you haven't died. Well, maybe a part of you did, but you go on with your life and you become a stronger person. So you see, it's very related to your situation, of course. But Mercury in that 8th house is a lot of deep thinking going on for you. And Mars in the 9th, it could be a good time for you for traveling, with Mars in the 9th there. Although around the time of the 8th of July, it's not really recommended, because then Mercury goes backwards. But other than that, being active with philosophy, with ideas, with being active on a trip, being active in the mind is all good for you, because of Mars in your 9th house. Having said that, I wish you all the best, dear Sagittarians. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.